it's finally packed her coat, left her footprints down the road. Sunlight's hanging in your hair like it's glad that you're still here. You've been working way too long, living like you don't belong. To morning slow and skies that blue, I've got something we could do. No big plans, no grand design, just your hand slipping into mine. A little reckless, just enough to call it love, or almost love. Since it's spring, let's run away, catch a ferry, miss a train, find a quiet little island with a name we can't pronounce. We'll let the ocean set the pace, let the wind erase our doubts. Since it's spring and we're still breathing, what are we waiting for now? We could drive toward the sea, windows down, just you and me. Salt and sunlight on your skin, let the new season begin. Or a lake so still and wide, where the mountains lean aside. We'll skip stones and skip the truth that we're both afraid to choose. No more maybe, no more soon, no more hiding from the moon. It's just a weekend, that's all it is, but maybe more than this. Since it's spring, let's disappear, just a bag and 2 cheap beers. Find a wooden dock at sunset, let our careful guards fall down. We'll let the water hold the light, let the silence make a sound. Since it's spring and you're still smiling, don't overthink it now. I know you've been hurt before, so have I, maybe more. But the world feels wide again, like it did back when we believed in open roads and saying yes before we know where it leads or how it ends. Just beginning again. If it's only just a trip, just a shoreline, just a kiss, then at least we'll say we tried, instead of letting spring pass by. Since it's spring, let's take the boat, where it goes nobody knows. Find a little painted harbor, far away from who we were. We'll let the morning wake us slow, with nowhere else to go. Since it's spring and we're still young enough to risk a little love, so pack a sweater, bring your doubts. I'll bring the map we won't figure out. Since it's spring, come on, let's go. Come on, let's go.
The way you say let's go, like the world is ours to own, like a ferry waits for us with no tickets, just a rush. And when you talk about the sea, I almost start to believe that I could pack my careful heart and leave. But I don't fast. I've learned from winters past. Sunlight sweet, I know, but slow down, spring boy, slow down. Let's have coffee first in town. Let the steam rise in between, see what this could mean. Walk with me through the park, stay a little past dark, have a beer and talk a while, make it worth the while. I like you more than close, I might float away. I've seen seasons come and go, heard 100 let's just go. Fast beginnings, bright and wild, burned out in a little while. I'm not afraid of you, I'm just afraid of new, of how my heart forgets to pace when I look at you. Let me learn your laugh, not just your daring plans. Let me find my ground before I down. Spring boy, stay near, sit across from me right here. Let me watch the way you smile without boarding a plane. Hold my hand but not too tight, let it feel just right. If this breeze turns into wind, I might let you in. I like you, that is true, but if you rush me through, I might drift away. Take me to a corner cafe where the windows catch the day. Let me see who you are without a speeding car. If you're still here next week, still laughing when I speak, still looking at me like you don't need to flee, then maybe we'll chase the sea, just you and me. So slow down, spring boy, slow down. Stay with me in this small town. If we build it day by day, it won't blow away. Have that beer, share that kiss, let it start like this. If you're patient with my heart, we'll make a start. I like you more each day, so don't scare me away. We can go to the ocean, just not today. Last night the bar was breathing low, amber lights and afterglow. The saxophone was crying soft and slow, like it knew what I don't know. You stood there laughing by the door, like you'd been there once before. We talked about nothing much at all, but I felt something. Your jacket smelled like rain and smoke. You made a simple, careful joke, and when you asked if I'd like one more, my careful heart almost broke. It's been a while since butterflies dared to wait behind my eyes. I've learned to sleep through lonely nights without believing lies. I told myself I'm doing fine, no more crossing fragile lines, no more leaning into maybes, no more almost mine. But here you are and here I am, and suddenly I'm trembling. Is it almost spring again, or just the wine and neon glow? of wanting more than I've allowed before. Is it almost spring again, or just a reckless spark? Is this the part where flowers bloom before they freeze in dark? You look at me like I'm still soft, like I still believe. Could I let somebody touch me without wanting to leave? Is it almost spring again? Or is this how hearts break? Maybe I'm not 22, maybe I know too much. Maybe I've been careful with every single touch, but maybe love is different now, quieter, less wild. Maybe it's a steady hand instead of running blind. If I meet you next Friday, will I still feel this light? Or will morning logic steal the magic of the night? Tell me, are you the kind who stays when the music fades away? If you're still there on Friday, I might not say goodbye. The bar will breathe again tonight. The sax will play it slow, and if you walk back through that door, I think I'll let you They said the night was quiet, nothing left to prove. But somewhere in the silence, the moon began to move. Footsteps made of silver across a sleeping sky. No one knew her name, but something woke inside. In the space between the dark and the breath before the light, there's a whisper getting louder, like a spark about to rise. When the moon begins to move, the tide inside me shifts. Every shadow turns to blue, every wound begins to lift. I don't know what's coming, but I feel it in the air. When the moon begins to move, I know I'm not alone in here. We were made of questions, of fragile human fears, building quiet kingdoms from doubt and unshed tears. But something pulls us forward through gravity and gloom, a soft and steady rhythm, like a heart inside the moon. unspoken hours. In the hush before the fire, there's a light we never named, but it's lifting us up higher. When the moon begins to move, the tide inside me shifts. Every shadow turns to blue, every wound begins to lift. I don't know what's coming, but I feel it in the air. When the moon begins to move, hope is breathing everywhere. Yeah. Maybe we were waiting for a sign across the sky. Maybe we were sleeping with our own stars closed inside. No more standing frozen, no more standing still. If the moon can start to move, then maybe so can we. When the moon begins to move, the world begins to change. Every broken piece of truth falls softly into place. I don't fear the darkness, it's where the light prepares. When the moon begins to move, we rise without a prayer.
Do you remember that first spring day? Cherry blossoms drifting our way. You were holding melting ice cream, laughing in the sun. A little boy fell near your feet. You knelt down on one knee, brushed the dust from his tiny hands, like kindness was just who you'd be. And I remember thinking, I've never seen a heart that bright. So I walked up pretending calm and asked for your number that night. You said later you'd seen me there, talking loud with my friends. You watched from far too long, too shy to step in. You told me you were sorry for not being brave that day. But love has funny timing, it finds its way. Do you remember? Under falling pink and white, you smiled like you already knew I'd be yours one day. This winter's almost over, I can feel the cold give in when the cherry blossoms bloom again. Let's begin. walk through quiet seasons, through doubts and midnight talks, through learning how to listen instead of just to talk. You've held my restless heart like it was something rare, like I was not too much, like I was worth the care. You call yourself lucky, but darling, let me say, you're the kind of man women hope and pray. You think I'm the brave one, but here's the truth I know. You've been steady as the ground while I learn to grow. Do you remember that blossom-covered park, where something small and simple lit up the dark? This winter's almost gone, and I don't want to pretend. When the cherry blossoms bloom again, let's make it out forever then. We don't need a grand parade, no fireworks in the sky, just petals falling quietly while I look you in the eyes. You're not just kind in moments, you're kind in who you are, and that's the kind of love that travels far. So when the blossoms bloom again and the park turns pink and bright, take my hand, don't hesitate. This time we won't be shy. You once said you weren't brave enough, but look at how you've grown. You're the sweet man who gets to take this beautiful woman home. When the cherry blossoms bloom again, let's say I do. Under falling petals, just me and you.
There's a little velvet box hiding in my coat tonight. I've checked it twice already, just to make sure it's right. The river's wearing city lights like diamonds on the tide, and I reserve that table with a perfect view outside. You're walking in beside me like you always do, laughing at my silence like you have a clue. Did you notice how my hands keep reaching for my pocket? Did you see the way I pause when the band begins to play? Tonight by the river, under silver sky, after one last dance, I'm gonna ask you why. Why would a woman like you ever choose a man like me? I can already see your smile, I can already feel you say, okay, let's get married. The wine is almost empty, but my courage isn't yet. Every word I practiced, I'm trying not to forget. When we step outside together and the music starts to sway, I pull you just a little closer, like I did that first spring day. Your dress moves with the wind, your eyes catch every light. If this is just a dream, don't wake me up tonight. Maybe you can feel it, maybe you already know. Maybe that soft little smile means you won't say no. Right here by the river, where the water meets the night, after we spend one last time, I'll hold you tight and I'll drop down on one knee and shake it honestly, with every heartbeat screaming, please say yes to me. I don't promise perfect, I don't promise easy days, but I promise you forever in 1,000 quiet ways. Morning coffee, laughter, holding you through tears, dancing in the kitchen through all our years. If you say yes, I'll spend my life trying to deserve that word. So here by the river, with the whole wide world asleep, I'm asking you to be the home I get to keep. I can already see your face, I can already feel your hand, and when you say okay, I'll be the luckiest man. Please say yes, my love. Let's begin. The ring is in my pocket, but the future's in your hands. Every morning at 5 a.m., shoes tied tight again, breathing in the silver air like I've always been. They say I live so disciplined, strong heart, steady pace, but they don't know I'm chasing ghosts in the same old place. Last month in the early gray, when the city slept away, through the fog you came into view. Were you a dream in the mist that day, or just the dawn playing tricks on me? In the middle of Central Park, you looked at me like you knew my heartbeat. Now every lap I run, I'm looking through the haze, trying to find your silhouette again. Tell me, were you real?
You were standing by the lake, head damp from morning air. Did you smile or did I imagine something wasn't there? No headphones, no sound, just footsteps in between. And for a second time felt thin, like we slipped between the scenes. I turned around, you were gone, like breath on winter glass. And I've been running ever since, trying to get you back. Were you a ghost in the drifting light, or just a stranger I let pass by? Why haven't I seen you since, in this park so wide? Am I running in the wrong direction, the wrong entrance gate, or were you never here in the first place? I changed my route, I changed my time, 5:05 instead of 9. I circle the lake, I scan each face, every runner in your place. Maybe you were just a girl out for air that day, but why does my chest still tighten when the fog won't fade? Were you real, a part of me? Lonely in the morning light, in that quiet park, you felt like fate, or something close to right. If I'm mistaken parks or chasing air, at least it keeps me running tomorrow at 5. I'll be there again, waiting in the fall, waiting in the fall. If you were never real, why do I still know your face? The spring wind blows again, flowers bloom along the path, in the park where you and I used to walk and laugh, like cotton candy clouds above, soft against the blue. When the spring wind blows again, my heart blooms into you. Strawberry ice cream melting slow, dripping down your hand. You laughed and said, don't worry now, it's sweeter than we planned. Blow, spring wind, blow, color all the world in bloom. Blow, spring wind, go, find her where she's standing soon. Plant a little blossom in the center of her chest. Carry all my sugar words and let them softly rest. Blow, spring wind, blow, tell her what I never showed. Your smile was like vanilla light on a lazy afternoon. Sunlight caught your hair like honey in June. We shared one spoon of sweetness, cold against our lips. You said the world feels lighter on days like this. Cotton candy promises floating in the sky. If love could taste like anything, it'd be that first sweet bite wind blow, turn a gray to rose. Blow, spring wind, oh, every secret that I hold. Let flowers climb her window, let petals brush her hair. And if she tastes the sugar air, she'll know I'm there. Blow, spring wind, go, carry my heart slow. Like ice cream in the sun, it melts before you know it, but you remember everyone. The sweetness lingers long after it's gone, like your name on my tongue. Blow, spring wind, blow, paint her world in light. Blow, spring wind, show her my heart tonight. Let cotton clouds drift higher, let strawberry skies unfold. If you reach her gently, let her feel my hold. Blow, spring wind, blow, let her heart know. When the spring wind blows again and blossoms start to rise, may she taste the sweetness still hidden in my eyes. When the spring wind blows again, when blossoms start to rise, may she taste the sweetness still hidden in my eyes.
Spring rain tapping on the street, keeping time beneath my feet. The city plays a silver tune in the middle of the afternoon. There she goes in navy heels, click-clack rhythm that I feel. Blue umbrella, gentle sway, walking all my doubts away. Should I step in from the side? Should I let this moment slide? Every raindrop seems to say, don't let her walk away. What do I say? Hello, excuse me. Do you come here every Tuesday? Or should I just be brave and true and say I like the way you move? Should I ask your name? Should I ask your number? Or blame it on the thunder? My heart's out of tune in this rainy afternoon, under your blue umbrella. Water dancing on the ground, shiny puddles all around. I rehearse 100 lines, lose them every single time. Maybe start with something small, nice weather for a fall. No, that sounds completely wrong. Why can't courage last this long? She turns slightly just enough, and my calm is not so tough. If I don't speak now, I know I'll watch her go. What do I say? Can I walk beside you? Is that rain or am I nervous too? Or should I just admit it plain? You make the gray feel less like rain. Should I ask your name? Should I ask your number before my courage under? My heart's keeping time with the sidewalk chime, under your blue umbrella. Maybe love begins this way, in awkward words we're scared to say. Not with thunder, not with art, just two beats of a shaking heart. If I let this moment pass, it'll haunt me like the glass of rain against my door.
Here's what I'll say. Hi, I'm sorry. Could I maybe know your story? I like the way you light the street, even in these soaking feet. May I know your name? May I walk you farther? I promise not to bother. The rain keeps falling down, but I won't back down. Under your blue umbrella, spring rain fades away, but I hope you stay. Have you ever heard of Kimbap? I hadn't till that day. She said when spring comes around, we'll take some to the park, okay. I nodded like I knew it well, like I tasted it before. But honestly, I had no clue what I was signing up for. She smiled and said it's simple, dear, like sunshine in her eyes. And somehow that mysterious word felt sweeter than surprise. Have you ever heard of Kimbap? It must be magic somehow. If it's the thing she loves the most, then I love it now. I don't know what's wrapped inside, but I know one thing is true. Anything she makes in spring feels like heaven breaking through. She said there's rice and ham in it, and things I can't pronounce. Carrots, eggs, and something green all neatly rolled around. Wrapped in shiny seaweed, cut in little rounds. She said just wait till you taste it, you won't make a sound. And when I took that first small bite under cherry skies, the world went quiet for a second right before my eyes. Have you ever tasted Kimbap? It's more than what it seems. One bite and suddenly the park turns into dream. I swear I saw an angel smiling right at me. Or maybe it was just her laughing sweetly. Maybe it's the sesame, maybe it's the spring, maybe it's the way she says it's my favorite thing. Maybe it's not the food at all, but who I'm sitting by, because even plain white rice feels like paradise. Have you ever heard of Kimbap? It's the greatest thing I know. If loving her means loving that, then roll it nice and slow. When the blossoms start to fall and the warm winds softly clap, there's no food in all the world more beautiful than Kimbap. I still don't know half the things inside, but I know